extra point. They're just about ready to kick it away.
14.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Off play action on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. After 35, he's got room. Timeout is called with just a single second left. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. To the air on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know
Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Wolverines will kick it off to get us underway. Fair catch called for and made. Looking for a productive play on first down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Pulls and fires complete. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
During the week, we're going to talk to a quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Bringing it back. He's at the 10, and he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolverine.
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Wants to throw. It's Milroe. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. The 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, return to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. Here comes that Alabama offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The give is to Miller. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Off play action. Throws toward the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Complete, out of the backfield. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Hands it off. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Movement here from the tight end. They'll go right back to the run. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Michigan 14.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Trying to pick it up on the ground. At the 45 on its way. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Third down and 2, you know it's time to get physical, and this unit paves the way, Jesse, and gets the big first down.
And this back's got such a burst, too, doesn't he? As soon as he saw the hole, he exploded through it and picked up a huge chunk of yards.
They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Grabbed behind the line. It's Loveland. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. Give to the running back. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking for a crease. It's Edwards. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Trying play action. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man and they convert. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he makes the catch inside the 10. Defense makes the stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Alabama quickly back to the line. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown tie. On to attempt to try. And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Takes the handoff. It's Edwards. They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. The Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Puts him in the spin cycle. A little excitement there to wrap up the first half, and that'll pad the stats as we go to the break.
Michigan 17, Alabama 7.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Throw it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
To the air, it's Warren. Quarterback moving. Lost the defense, he's wide open. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Grbac or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
On second down, wants to throw it. They'll go with a quick touch pass. Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that third and short.
On fourth down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And how about the defense coming up big on fourth and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
They'll throw it on first down. He's going to run it. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical. And listen, the offensive line has to do their job. A really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll pull it down and run. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
The great thing about running a bootleg is it gets the quarterback outside the pocket right now. It allows him to use his athleticism. You got to drop back. You got to use your eyes. You got to play the pass first, and then all of a sudden he takes off and chews up yards so quickly.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He's got it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the 3rd.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Michigan 17, Alabama 7.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Direct snap. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Alabama! The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
To the air, it's Warren, feeling some heat. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
Really nice timing. Nice job by the quarterback. He drops back to pass, but how about saving your best for when it matters most late in the ballgame? Biggest run of the day in a big moment.
The give to the tailback. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. You gotta believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. They move the tight end all over. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
On third down, he drops to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
And the Wolverines will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes that Alabama offense. This is a game of swings and momentum and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
Quick completion on the out route. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Alabama pushing the tempo. Miller with the ball. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the move, he fires. Complete downfield. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And they're featuring this guy all day long. Now he's over 150 yards. Great job by the offense. This is a matchup. I'm going to take advantage. He's taking advantage of it all game long.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They'll run play action. Starts to scramble to the left. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a nice job by the quarterback there. Of course, he's right-handed, but there he is scrambling and rolling to his left. It's not easy to be accurate when you're doing it, but he's able to put that right on target for the completion.
Timeout call by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. Quickly complete. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a first down. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the 4th. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
They might want to consider driving this one through on the ground, get him to touch it, and get that clock running. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Going to try to get it himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Timeout is called with just a single second left. looking to move it through the air. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it's incomplete, and the final drive comes up empty, and the ball game is over. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game right at the end.